Hi, guys. We are continuing a series within a series or
Yeah.
within a podcast. Business Casual is something Michelle has been working on
Mhm.
to interview local businesses and, kind of just talk about the successes and challenges that
Yeah.
every business experiences. And through that, I was talking with Michelle, and we had kind of a revelation that we're a business that has successes and challenges,
Right.
right? How fun would it be if we went behind the scenes on
Mhm.
many of our projects to share how we produced it, some of our challenges,
Yeah.
and hopefully at the end of the day, a success, which I think we did in this one for sure. But we wanted to start off with this one, which is Prairie Hill Flower Company in Parker,
Mhm.
Colorado,
Mhm.
when we received a call from Lisa, the owner.
Yeah, and we were introduced to her with Sarah in Interior Delights.
Oh, is that who introduced you?
Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah, we
wasn't.
did and actually we might cover one of those. She did dried fruit. Remember we went into Sarah's house
You're right.
and we did a whole thing
I
of
forgot
the
all about
dried
that.
fruit, how she did it and the whole garland and it was beautiful
Yeah,
actually.
that's
Yeah.
for holiday kind of
Mhm.
garland. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
But this is her flower garden, which is gorgeous.
Flower farm,
Yes,
not even a garden.
yes,
And
you're
this
right.
thing's
It's a farm.
it's pretty vast. And when we arrived, which was it had to be very very early
Yeah.
because we wanted the light, the morning light, but I think you might have mentioned that maybe you haven't, but we had to capture it in a certain window of time.
Yeah, it was I
Of
think it was after Halloween, and
Could have
so
been
we
a
had to
freeze coming.
right, so we knew that a freeze was coming, and,
Mhm.
talk about the challenges that Lisa was a little bit hesitant at first. She knew she wanted it, but did it fit in her budget? And talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, she called me and said that she had a very strong interest in capturing this peak, as she called it, where
Mhm,
all the flowers were blooming. They all just looked amazing, and how she wanted to utilize that video to kind of market the wedding season, which
mhm,
is what we're in now. So
mhm.
this was late last year, and again, she was so on the fence.
Yeah,
Do I make this investment? Would we work with her? And we certainly did. We wanted to not miss this unique
yeah,
opportunity, and so we really were happy that we can come to an agreement, and then we just made the commitment to be out there crack of dawn. In fact, it was
yeah.
dark.
It was
Yeah,
dark.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and cool.
and cold.
Yeah, but yeah, let's start this, and we'll kind of share with you some of what we
Yeah.
learned.
You know, what I thought, we had to incorporate some stock footage on this one or some photos that she had,
Yeah,
um, because we were targeting this video for the wedding season. But I remember when we went out there, it's kind of hard sometimes when you have an idea of what you need to capture for the client,
mm,
but you're not quite sure, like that was Lisa just walking around.
yeah,
That was her organically walking around
yeah.
and you were following her.
Organically,
And you were following her to capture that, which was in the scene of I mean, I think there was only one time that you instructed her to walk, I think towards you or,
yeah. Yeah, to pass by
yeah,
one of the
but everything else was just an organic capture of
yeah.
her walking around the farm.
Right,
Yeah.
she was gathering flowers that I think she was normally, going to do that morning, so it was just our idea to as you saw at the opener, there were some beautiful drone shots, by the way. I still
Yeah.
think those are some of the best, and she called us later, by the way. This was probably about, I'm gonna say a couple weeks ago. You know what she said? She had some sort of print piece. She said, Dwayne, I don't have any good images of the farm.
Mm,
Not like that, like a
right.
video. And we shoot in 4K. And for anyone that's interested, when we shoot in 4K, a print piece has a lot of data in it, meaning, I'm sorry, a video 4K has a lot of data enough to where you can get away with, a pretty good sized print ad.
Oh, yeah.
And not having
Mhm.
any material, she said, "Could you please share with us those frames?" And I did. And she goes, "How much do I owe you?" And I said, "Lisa, please, it's no big deal. I
Yeah.
just captured." And she wouldn't. Please, what can I do? So the best she could do, and I didn't even ask for this. She's like, she gave us a lot of credit
Yeah.
on social,
Yeah.
which she's so wonderful to do. But yeah, I remember she was just walking around doing her job, and we just kind of caught that moment.
Yeah. She did it. Yeah, go ahead. Let's
Mm.
go ahead.
Wow. I'm kind of remembering these shots. Look at how beautiful that is. Beautiful, right?
So much of, I think, the editing that you do, is the shots to the music.
Hmm.
Like, even that ding, 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 you're capturing different shots. Her flowers were they were gorgeous.
They're
They were
perfect in bloom.
gorgeous,
Yeah.
and I remember so she offers, where people can come out and pick flowers, which I'm really looking forward to. I would like to do that. I didn't do it before we had met, but now I'm looking forward to going out there and picking flowers to create my own vase. However, I was a little intimidated because sometimes I feel like I'm not very creative in that space. So I was like, I don't know what to pick. I mean, they're all so beautiful. I don't know what to pick to put together.
Doesn't she have a clinic though?
I think she does have something that she's going to start, but she helped me put together this beautiful fall vase thing that lasted, I feel
I
like
don't
it was
remember.
almost like 2 weeks.
You took something home.
Yes,
Oh,
remember she
I
she
kind
was
of
so
remember that.
generous in that, and
Yeah.
gave me a full vase of things and helped me put things together, but, there's something that's so beautiful about being out there and actually clipping the
Fresh.
flowers fresh like that.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. And to your point about timing, if I were going to point out, and I got always can improve, guys. No
Yes.
question. I'm just talking to the video guys out there, video guys and gals who are interested in some of the videos I've seen are um, well balanced, focal, the focus is perfect, everything's perfect. And then they just use it in a way that I think doesn't bring the emotion or doesn't, the
Yeah.
timing is a little bit off. And I can point to some things I've done early in our career where I wasn't really aware.
Mhm.
And I do think that this one is great because there were so many easily cut points
Mhm.
that I wanted it to be, soft and to bring an emotion to
Yeah.
her flowers. So here, I don't know if you guys can hear that on this clip. We, in the beginning and the end, we have natural insect sounds.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that that's another key thing that I think can be very important. Not every time, but in a lot of the videos that we do, we kind of set the mood, the stage, like where are
Mhm.
we? What is this?
Yeah.
And then it has either a familiar sound or maybe some images. And then at the end, if it's possible, you want to kind of bookend those.
Mhm.
It kind of closes out the experience. So overall, I like this one a lot. It's
I do
it's very
too.
simple, but
She was so
yeah.
sweet, though. Her compliment was
Oh my
like,
gosh,
"The best video ever made." She was amazing. I mean, she was just such a fan of what we did, and I love that. That's always such a great compliment to us
it's the
when
best.
when the client feels like we nailed it. And, sometimes I think you go into a project kind of understanding the overall objective, but then really bringing it home. How are we going to capture by capturing a flower farm, what's the story that we're telling?
Mm. And
Um,
you don't there's so many times we go out, so many, and I'm just, I'm like we did here, we're following her around, we're getting drone shots, we're, getting close-ups. We had, by the way, on the technical point, we had two lenses. One was 28 to 75 and the other one was a macro lens, which is awesome.
yeah.
And what that does is get real high detail of like close-ups of some of these flowers, which worked out great. But as you mentioned, you don't really know entirely. But when I got into the editing room and music, by the way, I was just so much searching you have to do to find the right track.
Yeah, there's also and you've said this so many times before, I mean, this is a one-minute video,
Mhm,
correct?
mhm.
And we had so many, shots. I mean, she had, like, I think did she have ducks or something like that in the she had some kind of animal life in there as well. I think you captured that, but you didn't use that.
Oh, you mean
What
on
my
her
point
farm?
is yes, on the farm. So my point is that
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's right.
you go out and you've said this so many times, you over capture,
Hmm.
over capture. You might have a story in your head, but you don't know what shot
Hmm.
is going to that's going to be perfect, that might override what you originally thought.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was just telling a client I'm working with right now on a documentary, like a mini documentary of a very, very grand painting. And, I've visited him many times so far. And I told him, I said, you can never get enough.
Yeah.
The B-roll, which is B-roll is the footage that we might overlay to tell the story more effectively. But the point is, this was a great final edit, I think. And I do remember, if you guys go to our Google My Business or the
Yeah.
business page, probably the most raving review I've ever seen from Lisa. I mean, it was like, like we were Spielberg or something,
Mm.
but she just loved the video, and I'm so glad it worked
I
out
don't know
for
that
her.
she thought that, but
I don't think she
we
thought
felt
that.
pretty complimented.
Yeah, it felt great.
Yeah.
So I hope this was fun for you. I know
Yeah.
that we really enjoyed this particular project.
Mhm.
You can research more of this on our website as well, which is todalenmedia.com. And anything else you want to?
No, I really appreciate I hope you guys enjoy this. We're loving it. So, we'll hope to see you soon.
See you next time.
Bye.